Hello sir. So yesterday we talked about decorators. So what are decorators? Why are they used? So they are like special kind of declarations that can be attached to classes, method, properties, or parameters. Okay. Also they are functions that are prefixed with an at the rate symbol, and they can be used to modify or enhance the behavior of classes and their members, and functions as well, methods as well. Okay. So now today we are going to see like how can we add more than one decorators to a single class. Okay, so let's see. Here I have defined my first decorator function logger with the target log string as it set as a target, and which should be a string. Now I'm returning, this is my decorator function inside this. So this is a decorator factory as I discussed yesterday. What is a decorator factory? This is a decorator factory, and this basically returns a decorator function, but allows us to configure it when we assign it as a decorator to something. So this is our decorator, and it is returning this is a decorator factory, and it is returning a decorator function. Now here I have declared another decorator function with templates. Okay, so like here I have added like this inner HTML, like this h1 template. Where is it? This template to our app. So yesterday I showed like how to use this decorator, uh, how to use this decorator as a property, which is mostly used in Angular. It is very helpful in Angular, and to this is very important to start with Angular as well, to understand how decorators work and how can we use it as a property. So here we are using with templates as a property. I showed this yesterday. Now how can we add two decorators like in a single function? So this is my decorator, like logger decorator. Here just one thing is in, like here I'm console logging logger factory to understand, to make us understand like how this logger, sorry, how this decorator is functioning, like how it is, which decorator is firstly executing and firstly initiating, which value is there firstly will come, then after that we will tell, because here I have added these two together. This is my second decorator. The same thing, inside this I have added this template factory to know which is running first, and then this rendering template also. Okay, so now here I have called my logger decorator with logging as a string given to it, and then it will, like from here it will be read here, and then it will be printed from here, and then the constructor is called. Okay, now another like this is the class person on which we are using two decorators. So this is the another decorator which with template I have used here. Okay, to add this text as my h1 tag in the HTML from this decorator return function. Okay, so this is my class, this is my name max, then I am calling the constructor, and inside it I am console logging creating person object. So and now here I have like called my person class. Okay, so what will happen is from here uh, our like this decorator will be called. After that we have to see like which decorator is executing first. Is it this logger decorator or this with template decorator? This will tell us that how like decorators execute, like do they execute in upside down manner or they execute in a normal manner from top to bottom. So when we print this, wait a second, tsc. So when we print this, sorry, when we like open this with the live server, what will we see in console? So you can see that my my name is written there, which I which I called here, and inside this here also I've saved my name, so my name will be like present here. Okay, and then it will be executed in HTML. So what we can see in the console now, we can see like what is happening here. I will just open my code side. So what is happening here? First, we are getting logger factory, then template factory. So what is happening? So it is clearly showing that first this logger, this logging is like logger function is running, and after that this with template function is running, because a second it is printing this. So now what is happening? We can now compare our strings that we passed in our decorators function. Like here I have passed logging, and here I have passed my object, and other than that we have console logged like two things, like this rendering template as well, and then creating person JSON. Where is it? Yeah, this thing also. So what is happening is like, where is this rendering template? So what is happening is, this function, it is like the decorator is running, this template factory is printing when our like classes. So decorator function executes in the bottom up manner, like but when we talk about decorator factories, it runs like in just normal JavaScript, first return first and then second. So this is the difference that I want to show. Like when we are calling this decorator factories, they are running like in JavaScript manner, so that's why logger factory is printed first and then template factory is printed. But when this decorator function is like uh, executed, then what happens is, this thing is running first. Okay, this thing is running first because we are seeing their rendering template, and after that only this decorator function is running inside this. So this is how like things work when we use two decorators together. So this is all about this. Now coming to the next thing. Now I want to talk about property decorators. So like mm, yeah, from here, where is the class? Hmm. This thing. Hmm. Okay, this is the whole class. Just hmm. So what is happening here is like I have created a decorator here function, a decorator named log, not logger, because logger is like declared above only. So when we execute this will call this construction function, and from this class, person class. Okay, so that not we don't want that. So what happens is like as you can see, we have a class. Okay, we have a class with two properties, mm, with an accessor. This is an accessor constructor, and also a method. Where is our method? This is our method. Okay, So we have like two properties here. Okay, one is title and another one is price. It is taking number and string as an input, and here I am calling these both properties in my constructor, and here I am calling the string t and p, and it will store in its value will store in title and price respectively. And then let's remove this log 4 from here. So what we see is like this is the things we have now. So I will tell about this constructor, like what is this. This is an accessor and also a method. So how can we add decorator to them also, I will tell in next video. But first of all, we are adding a decorator with these two properties, and here I have called my decorator above my properties. Suppose I want to add to this, so then yeah, so now I have called my log decorator. So this decorator, so when we call a decorator on a property, we will give two arguments. Okay, so here you can see I have given two arguments. Like first is target. Okay, so which should be any, because we are targeting a title, which should be which can be anything. And then what is the name of the property. Okay, the property name, which can be a string or symbol, anything. We don't know about like what is, how are we defining our property. And then we are first console logging property decorator, how to know that when this decorator is executing. Okay, and then here I am simply calling my target and property name to print that. Okay, so when we run this, what will happen is, you can see. So as you can see, here it is a property decorator. So it is simply like normal decorator only. So when we are calling this our decorator, it is like what we can say, like it is executing in the normal manner, like uh, it is executing when a class is defined, when and not when it is initially instantiated. Okay, so uh, as you can see, like when I'm calling log here, it is firstly printing this thing. So it is like when we are defining the class, it is printing, and then after that our our what is this prototype will be there, and when we print this. Okay, so let us see what is happening. Yeah, here it is our prototype. Okay, this is the title, which is our property name that we are using. Okay, inside this we can see our constructor class. Okay, our prototype is there, but we don't get the exact price, like the price, but we can see that it is calling get price with text. Okay, so we can see that, so both things are running successfully here. So this is how we can use property decorators. Okay, now I am going to talk about uh, other things. Like first of all, wait a second. So in the last thing I talk about how to add a decorator to a like property. So like hmm here I showed like this is my log decorator, and I have used this in my these two properties, and I printed that, and now I am going to like add a decorator to this. What is it called, accessor. Okay, so this is my setter function. Setter, like like getter and setter as we discussed before. So here we are setting the price, setting this argument which is price. So this is called an accessor. So when we add a decorator to this block 2 which we have defined above, so it will take three arguments other than this are normal property decorator. Accessor decorator takes three argument, like first argument is same, that target argument, and then after that name, where we are storing this, okay, from where we are calling it, and then name, and then the descriptor, like the property descriptor we have to add in the final argument. And here we are console logging this to see where it is printing, and then our three arguments, and our three we are calling our three arguments here. Okay, so here it is. Here I have set a price, this thing, to a value. Inside this I'm taking an parameter, that is value, as a number, and then if value is greater than 0, then this underscore price equals to value. So the value will be stored here, and then this thing will be called, else it will throw a error. Okay, and here is our constructor function. So when we run this, let's see what happens to this log2. First of all, let's just uh, comment out this thing. So you're not using them. Okay, so when we print this, sorry, when we like run this on our server, what will happen is, no, it is saying that price is not defined. But its value, here you are using its value. Why it is not? Oh, okay, that's why. Okay, so what is happening? Firstly, our property decorator is printing, and after that our accessor decorator, here it is printing, like that we showed in log2. And inside this we can see this is our prototype object is there. So here you can see constructor with class product, and get price with text, and set price with the price value. Okay, so this is our prototype object. Okay, this is like everything that it has. Okay, this is property as well. Okay, and then beside, below this we can see our price is printed here. Okay, so what is happening is, we are setting our price, and this thing only, like the name of our setter is printing. So that's what we wanted. So this is how this log2 is like performing. So this is how we can set accessor decorator. Okay, so this is about it. And now coming to the next thing, that is this, uh, how to use like decorator on a method. Okay, this is our method, get price with text, and inside this method I have like added decorator to this thing only, a parameter also. Okay, I'm adding a decorator to a parameter. So we will see like how this works, how adding a decorator works on a parameter as well as like this method. And here I am returning this price. Okay, and here is both are like decorator functions. So we can see that this is not a decorator factory but just the decorator functions. So firstly, target is set to any. This it takes three arguments, like the method decorator also takes three arguments similar to the accessor decorator only. Like the first is target, second is the name in which it is stored. Okay, it should be string or symbol as well, because we are using it in a method. Okay, and then the lastly the descriptor, the property descriptor, like this property we are using, this type. Okay, property descriptor type, and then console logging the method decorator to like know when it is executing, when it is running. And then after that I'm console logging 3 arguments. And then similarly in parameter decorator, log4 is the name. Firstly the argument is target similar, and then same similar thing to this method decorator, like the name it should be string or symbol, because we don't know what our parameter is. It is like it can be a number or anything, a string as well, or anything we don't know. Okay, symbol as well. So now and that the last thing, it is different from this method decorator. It is taking the argument of the position in which our parameter is. Okay, at which position it is. So here I'm calling console logging parameter decorator to print this, and then I'm console logging target name position, the odd 3 arguments. Okay, so when we run this, what happens is, this is firstly our parameter decorator is called here. Okay, and then the method decorator. Why the like this things are upside down? Because in the last like example I discussed, like it will execute in an upside down manner. So that's why firstly like this thing is executing. We can see that, that's why the we are seeing the parameter descriptor first, and after that this thing is executing. So that's why after that the parameter decorator, we see method decorator. This is something interesting. And now inside this parameter decorator we have like our first argument. Okay, so it is a prototype. Okay, and you can see it is storing the value of get price with text. So we are success in the price also, so it is running successfully. And after that we are getting our argument name, like what is the name of our method. So this is the get price with text is the method, and then the position, so it is on the 0th line, I mean first position, our parameter. And then about method decorator, this is a prototype of method decorator, similar to like the parameter decorator only. And then we are seeing the name like get price with text, because we are using both in the same thing only. So this is what is happening here. And then lastly the prototype we are calling. So this is how we can use decorators in like different types of scenarios, different types of methods, parameters or accessors or properties. So mostly the decorator part is complete, only few things are remaining, and after that I will start the angular part. So thank you, sir.